So, hey guys, Chaucer here. And yeah, these are my accessible teams against Treasure Map, Luffy and Ace. The Luffy and Ace unit is actually super good. I'm not really going to talk about them here, but yeah, they are very impressive. Especially like having 3 turns of hunger. Definitely limit break expand them. Special also super good utility, attack boost, also some color affinity. And very good sailor too with making deck slots matching for 2 classes. So yeah, definitely get them maxed. I not put them on any teams because I like making teams that you can use from the beginning, but they are definitely an option to slot in if needed. And yeah, time for my teams. Buggy is the easy boss, and I use a double Buggy team like I always do against the easy boss to maximize the amount of rewards I get. And yeah, Buggy doesn't do anything, he just binds the top row. That's fine because we don't use Buggy special. So yeah, basically turn 1 we just use the Kizuna Kid special. Oh, all units are going to load because I got the game uninstalled recently because of not enough space on my iPad. But yeah, basically use Kid special stage 1, then you just 1 tap until the boss, then you use Big Mom, and she will kill until like well beyond nav level 150. So yeah, if you go higher than that, you might need to add a healer to heal it back to full or such. And yeah, the remaining 2 units are just whatever you need for points, like this law for example, you can just put them in or something like that for the other 2. Okay, moving on to the Crocodile boss. He's a dex boss. All he does is change the slots to tandem, 5 turns of attack down, and when he leaves the field he does 30,000 damage. That's not too much, like boosted stats alone will deal with that death damage. But yeah, basically I deal with tandem orbs by using the Oriaxon. So we have a slasher focus team. We have Mihawk to give a big ore boost and a chain lock with Zoro support. He only gives boost to slashers, so I made a slasher focus team. What more did we have to deal with? Okay, it was the attack down. And yeah, the new Kawamatsu deal with 3 turns of attack down. So we just need to deal with 1 more turn, and Hawkins does that with the page 1 support. Removes 2 turns of attack down, so that's handled. And we just needed the highest attack boosting captain, which was the Hawkins. He has the added benefit of being a CD reduction unit. But yeah, 3.5 times attack, pretty good. You can also use Mihawk as captain if you want, but yeah, I don't think chain captains are that good for Treasure Map personally. The other 2 are just filler. Moving on to Jinbe. And yeah, Jinbe, change the slots to empty, 5 turns of damage reduction, 5 turns of resilience. So yeah, the empty orbs we're dealing with the combination of Luffy and Vivi. Luffy especially want to use first since he changes all slots randomly. And he gives color affinity. But he has the Tama support, so he changes his own orb and adjacent to recovery. Recovery orbs are made beneficial by Vivi, who also changes the adjacent slots to recovery, so we'll get a full board of recovery orbs, and she also handles the attack boost. Queen handles the damage reduction. Lucy gives an orb boost. And we have Bonekichi for death down conditional, as well as end of turn damage for the resilience. So yeah, this team will work forever. Like, you don't need to use all specials, you just add specials when you need more damage. The important parts are Bonekichi for end of turn damage, Queen for the damage reduction removal, and the Luffy just for some extra damage and or manipulation. So yeah, moving on to Whitebeard. He's a quick boss. And yeah, he changes all slots to block slots and gives 3 turns of paralysis. And he has a barrier, pretty annoying, but it is what it is. paralysis is handled by the captain. If you run double Komurasaki, they remove 4 turns together. So that's very easy. Other than that, yeah, I'm just added a lot of damage. Like we have the Capone here. He handles the block orbs and gives attack boost. We have the Toko, who gives color affinity. And then we have the Nami and Robin, who does an orb boost. So yeah, that's all the damage you'll need. I even added like the treasure map recruit Sanji. If you have him, you get the chain lock then. And Scissor support on Capone if you have him, because you get the poison conditional then. I presume, at least. I didn't double check that. Yeah, it's just a lame unity. So yeah, the last one is a filler. Like maybe something to get through barrier. Possibly. Okay, time for the bosses. First we have the Luffy Ace strength boss. And yeah, on the 4th battle we get 5 turns of special bind, 5 turns of lock chain, and slot chains to block. So yeah, for this team we're using versus Akainu as friend captain, of course. It's the strength boss. Versus Akainu is very good against that. And we team him up with Queen, who boosts quick characters by 3.5 times. It's a pretty high booster. And he also does 3 turns of quick attack boost and removes lock chain multipliers, so we want to use in this stage. But the unit we use first is the Raid Luffy. He removes special bind by 5 turns. So the idea is at stage 4, you use this Raid Luffy, you stall a turn. Then the next turn you can use the Whitebeard, you get the color affinity, you use the King, you remove the chain lock and get attack boost this stage and final stage. And you use Weevil for orb boost and changing block orbs, and you also lock them to matching, so that's nice. So that's all so that's what you use stage 4. And then stage 5, remember we carry over the attack boost. And yeah, stage 5 is very weird. All you get is burn and decreased chain basically, and some hit barrier. He does revive, but yeah, it's fine. It's just a small revive. Yeah, I really not thought much about the revive. Maybe you could use this guy for that. Yeah, I think that could work, like you put Buggy on this guy. Buggy. Oh, he can't use Buggy. I guess we go with Hakuba then. But yeah, for stage 5, we do have the attack boost from King still. We can use Whitebeard again for color affinity. He can be used twice. We use versus Akainu for the chain lock and orb boost for 2 turns. And yeah, then after the revive, you just use Hanyabal and you get an attack boost as well. So yeah, that should work pretty well, I think. Moving on, we have Ivankov, and yeah, this team is pretty weird. It's a pretty annoying boss to deal with. We don't have good boosted units for it. And yeah, I forgot to change some things that I've been thinking about, like this guy should be bottom right because he cannot be blown away, and bottom right is blown away, so it makes sense. And you should also, if you have him, you should definitely run Sabo on him, and we can put Kid on the Kawamatsu instead. Yeah, I was thinking of doing this, but I forgot about it. But yeah, let's take a look. You want to use strength quick for this, and stage 2 will be strength, and stage 3 will be dex. Pretty sure, yeah. So yeah, stage 2 you get SFX removed. You get 5 turns of the spear, so that's 2 turns of the spear for top row, and 5 turns of damage threshold. You always have to deal with damage threshold, sadly. And yeah, the only good accessible unit for that is Morley. So yeah, he's not high scoring, but he deals with the threshold, and he sets up for a death down conditional final stage, which is nice extra damage too. So yeah, it's not too bad, and of course he cannot be blown away, and he has the Super Sabo for chain boost. And yeah, I haven't said that, but this team does use versus Ace as the friend captain. So not all units on the team are boosted, in particular this Weevil, but of the accessible units he has the best captain ability, and his special is pretty nice too, with Orb boost and Orb manipulation. But yeah, we deal with the damage threshold with Morley, we deal with the spear with Brook, and he also gives a death down conditional for the second stage. Then we just use Weevil as well, and we get an Orb boost too, and some more beneficial orbs. You can also use this Kinemon if you need even more matching orbs. He's mainly here for the next stage. But yeah, I don't know how that happened. There is Kinemon. Yeah, his support is important for final stage. That's why we run him for the Raizo support. I'm blind. There it is. Okay, let's take a look at final stage. In the final stage, bottom right blown away, Morley is immune to that. Special reverse 2 turns, versus Ace is immune to that. So all you have to deal with is the 5 turns of paralysis and doing enough damage. So yeah, going into this stage, we do have the death down from Morley. The paralysis will be dealt with by Kawamatsu. He removes 3 turns, and he also gives an attack boost. Then we also use Kinemon to guarantee a matching orb for Weevil. Then, and Rise of course removes the remaining paralysis. Then we use versus Ace special, and since Weevil has a strength orb, we will get both the chain set and the orb boost from versus Ace. And we also have color affinity from the kid support, so this should be a ton of damage. So yeah, it should work out pretty well. But yeah, these are my accessible teams. I think they should work pretty good. I feel like this was a pretty straightforward treasure map to build for. Of course, if you have better units, definitely use them. These are just some ideas for teams you could run. But yeah, I'll be having my teams up tomorrow. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.